Leave your comments on the Ask Reddit sub, and I'll read your answers on the next episode of LWIAR. What did the weird kid in your school do that you'll never forget? It would actually have been better to leave it there. If the knife is still in the body, possible ruptured veins are blocked off, so you will not lose much blood. But if you pull the knife out, the blood can go out of your body. And believe me, it will. So if you ever get stabbed, leave the knife and call an ambulance. You will have more chance of surviving this way. He would get almost fully naked to pee in the urinal. I remember me and my classmates used to do that in preschool. But high school? Weird AF. Hope he didn't have butt hair. My parents never really believed me when I'd tell them how insane and prison-esque my crappy rural high school was when I'd tell them about it. IDK if they went to a better one or expected it to be like TV or what. But this sounds like a conversation I'd have with them. There's a girl at school everyone calls Sperm Bank. Oh my god, that's terrible. Why? Because she had sex with someone or someone started rumors about her being promiscuous or something? Kids can be so horrible. No, she decided she wanted to be pregnant, so she brought a Ziploc bag to school and asked random guys if they'd ejaculate in it for her. The 1984 Denver Broncos. I don't think anyone actually gave her any, but you never know. Some people don't deserve the ability to have coherent thoughts. Was this man very short and very bearded by any chance? You just made the list. That's what you get for smelling like soap. Suzera. Naruto ran everywhere, told everyone her dad was Harry Potter at age 12, and most memorably, came to school bawling her eyes out because she said she had laid an egg and her parents had eaten it for breakfast. Her dad was Harry Potter at age 12. Wonder what he's up to now, at age 40. Harish Harry Potter Patel wins spelling bee. Why is there always a hisser? Got the snake genes. You know what, that was an appropriate response to strange behavior. Bell rings. Playground doors open. Weird kid walks directly to the center and screams for a full minute. I thought it was weird then, but now I can relate. He was ahead of his time, 20-year-old in a child's body. I am so freaking sick of this reincarnation bullcrap. Have, should have, should if. Should if. Ate styrofoam, and then, visibly, lied about, denied it when someone pointed it out. Bits of styrofoam came out of his mouth. Feel like that power could be used for good. Dave Johnson, 123 Main Street. Your spare key is under the second plant pot on the right. Your room is upstairs first on the left. Your parents have a very sharp meat cleaver in the kitchen. Be warned. I read this in a quickly monotone voice in my head, lol. Rebecca, eyes on me when I'm teaching the lesson. My mom likes to tell this story. One day we had a substitute teacher, and everyone acts up when there's a substitute. There's also this guy, let's call him Bob. Bob has a glass eye and is able to take it out. During the middle of class, everyone is throwing paper airplanes and the sub yells out, "Stop throwing paper airplanes. You're gonna poke someone's eye out." The sub then left and everyone wanted Bob to pretend his eye got poked out. So when the teacher came back, someone threw a paper airplane at him, and he pretended his eye popped out, when in fact it was just his glass eye. He then walked up to the teacher and the teacher let out a horrifying scream and ran out of the classroom. They got a talk from the principal after that one. The girl must have asked the teacher how her day was going. And when the teacher said, "Come see," she took it too literally. No, it bounced off her and rolled under a kid's desk who started screaming, "Cyclops eye." Robbed a gas station dressed as a ninja, armed with a katana, stole cash from the register, all the cigarettes he could carry, and a bunch of lottery tickets. He then fled across state lines with a 17-year-old girl. He was 19, not a great result for him. Am I supposed to be impressed, disgusted, or have an existential crisis? That's a power move. I bet that teacher had pencils from then on lol. Sacrifice vital fluids to assert dominance. A very malicious compliance. I have to give him props for being able to watch porn on a school computer. All I could do was search the depths of Google for a Flash Games site that wasn't blocked. Oh, Flonga.com, you were a great companion. If I was a teacher and saw that, I too would not mess with him. We had a kid in our school who sucked his thumb all through high school. No one ever said anything, teachers included, because he was 6'10", 325 pounds. In 10th grade, the dude broke the bench press record that was set 10 years earlier by an extra 60 pounds his first year of high school. He maxed 370 in bench and deadlifted 600 pounds by the time he graduated. He was at a party one year and someone slapped his GFS butt. He nonchalantly said, "A slap for a slap," then backhanded the kid in the face so hard he had to have his jaw wired shut. It was freaking insane. This guy actually sounds kinda cool. Don't leave us hanging. Did he kill you? Yeah, that screams abuse. I hope she's doing better now. Absolutely. Someone should have called CPS about that. It checks every box educators, in the UK at least, are trained to look out for in terms of sexual abuse. I hope she's okay. Are you not turned on by that? Yep, my first thought when I read this post: one weird kid can be an outlier. Two kids with similar delusions and constantly seeking attention from peers. Seems like domestic abuse. Delusional disorders are highly genetic, and high school age is often when they start showing up. Could be schizophrenia or abuse, or both. Lycanthropy spreads faster in short people and you stop growing after being turned. I would have offered her some catnip or a delightful cardboard box. Who knows, maybe she just wanted to be a cat. Are you Australian? No, Canadian. It really happened twice then, huh? Could vomit on demand. WHO was demanding this. The show must go on. Because it's funny. Ran around the hallways making pterodactyl noises with his arms raised up behind him like he was swimming butterfly. I'm so glad other schools had kids making pterodactyl noises. The collective school experience doesn't disappoint. I'm from a small town. There was this weird kid who was a year older, but he was so weird that even the younger kids would pick on him. I didn't really know him, but I put him in the weird but harmless category. He graduates, and then decides to rob the local taco time with a shotgun. Well, it is a small town. The kids working at the taco time all know him, and pretty much everybody in the taco time also knows him. He got 2 years. I'm concerned and pleased with this outcome cause you know, Reading, hearing, the Pen 15 is coming, before something like that ends with someone on jail. A new lad in my primary school pretended his real voice was a deep Scottish accent. At some point he found a piece of broken glass and used it to cut my friend with for some reason. And then we never saw him again. Edit. Just for clarification, the person he cut was a girl and she came back to school after going to the hospital. Weird kid was never seen again. Edit. To further clarification, he didn't always use the deep Scottish voice. Usually he would have a normal sounding voice from what I remember, but then he would say to us quietly, "This isn't my real voice. My real voice is like this kind of thing." College. Dude went to Wales for a weekend and came back with an accent, saying that was his real voice. Nice guy, but trouble. 3rd grade. They are approximately 10-year-olds. You could have bribed me with a crappy bouncy ball at that age. Euro. Guys, the frick do I know how old 3rd graders are supposed to be? This is bouncy ball matters here. It seems age is irrelevant in that regard. If I was a 3rd grader, I would sign any contract you gave me. Only because it seems fun. To be fair, I probably would have done the same. Shoo the stuck gums under the tables. Barf. What a daft little punk. Sold a school Chromebook for ROBUX 400 Robux for an investment of $0. Stonks. Saw some kid do something similar with his sleeve, except he snotted all over it. Most damn snot I've seen in my life. He seemed too embarrassed to get up and get a tissue because everyone would see, so he slurped it all up to get rid of evidence. Little did he know I saw everything behind him, and amused. This was in high school, by the way. Not being a native speaker and mistakenly thinking toenails meant toes made this much worse. Quote, ... He attempted to follow, but his stumps just made it impossible. This doesn't make sense. According to your teenager's flair, you're 14 years old, and according to OP's Twitter bio, they're 23. There's no way you went to the same school at the same time. How'd he propose to his wife, though? Sang Last Resort by Papa Roach. Did the girl go with him? Haha, nope. She had a boyfriend of 6+ months at that point. Humped my desk for a solid minute while maintaining eye contact with me, and then said, "Thanks," and just walked away. I'm a guy. This was 15 years ago, on my first day at this new school, and I was just eating lunch at my desk, and this dude just walked up and went to town. No context, no introduction, nothing. Didn't even buy me dinner first, just wham, bam, thank you desk. Way to own it. Weird kid. Dan was obsessed with cute girl Casey for several years. She rejected him for several years. On the bus to a field trip, I sat next to him and he was drawing. I glanced over and he was drawing Casey falling off a cliff onto a patch of spikes below. Years later in middle school he also got super mad and threw a desk across the room in English. Not a small desk either. One of those that's a desk, chair attached hybrid. Just freaking yeeted it across the room. Was freaking terrified. There's a litany of things he did, but those stand out to me. Edit, cause I saw another commenter mention something similar. He also jerked off onto a desk in detention once. Jerking off in detention is the play. I'm already here. What you gonna do, punish me? Joke's on you, I'm into that crap. Edit, first award is a kink joke. Figures. One time, some kid smeared crap on the walls in the restroom, but no one ever found out who did it. PS. For those of you who assume it was me, it would not be possible since I stopped using school restrooms to take a crap since 4th grade, and this happened 2 years ago when I was in 7th grade. I don't even know how the inside of that restroom looks like. This happened at my school too. I guess you could say he had a crap-eating grin. We were getting DNA samples in biology. Most of the class used spit, but he tried to squeeze milk out of his nipples. Milk. After that didn't work out, he attempted to get pimple fluid from his pimple. When the teacher noticed and questioned, he answered, "I got some out just this morning." This was when we were 14 to 15. How do you pee that much in an hour and a half? Was she also just constantly drinking? What the hell does your brother even do in those situations? Especially the first. Amateur. Wide end or handle? He said it was the wide end. Proud of it too. That could have been me. Edit, I didn't got caught. Thanks for watching LWIAR. The best of recent r/AskReddit submissions and comments. If you like this video, check out LWIAR too. And don't forget to like and subscribe.